everybody, Trainwreck here. Welcome back to the layout. As you can tell, new engine added to the roster. I don't get too excited about adding diesels to my roster. To me personally, there's a steam engine has a lot of moving parts. It looks a lot nicer. There's more stuff to look at. Diesels don't really do it for me. This one has me pretty happy so far. This is the first engine that I have that I've technically seen growing up. Not counting the 417 that I custom painted myself, but that's much later, and that's something that I've worked on, so that's a little bit different. But this is something I've grown up. Springfield Terminal is still 10 minutes from my house. So to now have something from my childhood that I've seen, rolling by, even the tracks down the hill from my house, I've seen them on. To now have one on my layout, I'm pumped. I want to get some of the MTH dummy units to go along with it. And no, it will not stay this clean. My plan is to weather this heavily because Gilford engines were never clean that I remember seeing, and even knowing how once Pan Am took over, even the remaining of the Gilford engines and even Pan Am engines are not that clean. So I'm gonna do something new. Haven't done this on the channel yet. I'm gonna do a review on this. This is the first time I've gotten an engine since I've started this YouTube channel. A week later, it's already shipped at my house on the layout, ready to go. So I'm gonna go over what I like about it, what I don't like about it, some little issues, and one thing that I'm extremely happy about with this engine. First issue we're going to go over, which was a quick, easy fix, nothing hard at all. At this point, it's already been fixed, is the coupler height. Due to the new way Lionel's doing their diesel trucks and pilots, there's a special name for it. I cannot remember it at the moment, but I love it. The truck and pilot are now independent from each other. The pilot can move on its own if the truck is straight, and the truck can move on its own and not affect the movement of the pilot. So now the electrocouplers are much smaller and only have one set screw holding them in place. So both set screws for the front and rear were a little loose. All it took was tightening up, and it brought that coupler right back up to height. But this did give it a temporary prototypical look. Okay, here we are, my favorite thing about this engine. You're probably wondering why we're looking at a set of trucks and how this can be the thing you like the most about this engine. Well, compared to all my other diesels that are all scale, the gap between the body and the truck you can see through on every single one of my diesels. Both my E8s, my P&W engine, my NS engine, even the 417, the GP15, the gap between the truck and the body. This is spot on. You can't see through it. It looks right. I love the way it looks.
Dispatcher, ready to roll. Can I pull? Over. Hold for track orders. Dispatcher out. Dispatcher, we're ready. Is it okay to pull? Over. Take the crate. Out. Switchless says we've got one off and three on at the head end. What are your orders? It says hold here for 2 east and then take the main to the next interlock. Low Mumford, over. Okay, well, where do you want to go for the track one? We're ready to copy, over. All right, here comes Every Pen standing by, over. Yeah, hold on. See what you ordered.
that pretty much sums it up for talking about this engine. The couplers was really the only thing I had wrong with it. The bell fell off in shipping, but that's not Lionel's fault. So, going to go ahead, put this on the main, get some cars hooked up to it, and get this thing running, and we can really see what this thing can do.